We
Let's
live,
go.
baby. We live.
We live. We fucking live. Let's go.
We did it, dog. Another episode. Another episode.
Another episode. Another day. Another fucking dollar that we don't get.
So much work for nothing.
So much work. We have yet to reap the benefits, bro. We're on 5 episodes. That's a milestone. We're half of 10. Round of applause. Round of applause.
Thank you. We appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Welcome back to Bridgin the Gap. This or that.
That's Jay. I'm Leo.
Leo. Official DJ Leo, to be exact.
Get Rich Never Die on Instagram.
Get Rich Never Die.
Yo, make sure you follow us on Bridgin the Gap Official.
Yes.
Instagram. Click on the link tree. Make sure that you go watch us on YouTube. Subscribe.
Yes.
Please go ahead and share with your friends. Yo, Jay, before we really get started, there's a couple of housekeeping things we want to go through.
Curly, you want to stay there? You can stay on the stairs as like our audience.
We have an audience member today, people. We have an audience member, my wife. She's right there. She's
shout out to Curly.
Shout out to Curly.
Shout out to
Shout out to Curly.
Shout out to Curly.
We're still trying to learn the buttons here.
Buttons. Yeah.
But a little before we get really started on the pod and everything, I want to thank you guys. Last week's episode, not only was it our most successful episode,
doubled the views,
big time, dog. But we got so much feedback. I'm gonna go over a couple of the feedback that I got, and then you can tell me some of the feedback you got, and then we can go from there, right?
Absolutely.
Listen, people said they enjoyed that we got vulnerable.
I like that. that. We did.
We did. We definitely also kind of went away from the dick jokes and stuff like that, and we were real. People appreciated that.
There's still gonna be dick jokes,
of course. I mean, we're not gonna completely.
It's not. The podcast is not gonna be. It's not gonna revolve around dick jokes.
Of course not. We're gonna be talking about some serious topics, but of course. We are men, so of course we're gonna do men shit and talk about men topics, right?
Absolutely.
Big shout out to Stephanie, my wife,
Steffi,
my sister-in-law. Stephanie says she's a little OCD. She doesn't like the little dummy behind.
You know why it's right here is candy corn because I'm sweet and corny.
Oh,
that was a bar.
That was fucking corny though.
You see? You see?
That was super corny. But people said though that our chemistry seems like it's funny because someone said to me that they were actually interacting with the pod. They felt like they were right in front of us, and they felt like having a conversation.
Yo, you know what's so funny? Shout out to Ant, my brother. Yo, he's been watching the podcast, right? Like I was telling you earlier, and he said the exact same thing. He said, "Yo, one time, I felt like I was engaged in it. Like I started thinking about this." He was like, "I was really engaged with the podcast. Like the chemistry that you guys have, like really tunes me in." I'm like, "Damn, bro, that's a huge compliment for us because." We love to do this shit, and we invest money on the fly. And shout out to Leo too, because last which one? Yeah, I know now.
He knows.
I know now. And shout out to Leo too because he does do a lot of the setup and invest a lot in the production of this, and this is also his home. So it's very, very, very very much a 50-50 partnership. Like I made some clips, I do some shit, but Leo's really like the guy that, that gets the lights, that has the camera. He even put his phone to the side so it could become one of our I'm letting them in on behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, because you do so much. And he also set this up.
We got the new camera right here. We got the new setup. Yo, what up?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn.
You see what happens when I don't hold my shit?
Oh, whoa.
In my hands.
We starting already?
I like my mic in my hands. Anyways, whoa. All right, my bad.
That's wild. All right, we're gonna go back to the main camera.
Transition.
I think this main camera he's kind of gay in this one.
It's Pride Month.
It's Pride Man. He's very prideful.
Yo.
Yeah, man. So, one thing we didn't talk about this, but I got to do this, yo. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Do it. Do it.
So somebody mentioned to me, dog, and I felt super bad. You wish me a happy Father's Day, and I didn't fucking wish you a happy Father's Day back, dog. What kind of piece of shit am I?
Nah,
like,
you're good.
I was like, yo, I felt so bad. I apologize, man. I was like, I was like, yo, that's so fucking true, dog. I'm sorry, yo. Happy Father's Day.
You know, it's funny that you say that. I'm like, Happy Father's Day, Leo, and then we just continued on. I'm like, well, all right, bet, fuck me, I guess.
yo, I was like, yo, that is so fucking true. I'm such an asshole, dog. I'm sorry, man.
No,
like,
you're good.
I was like, yo, that is so true, and I just wanted to, make sure that I say it in front of the pod. I was like, yo, happy Father's Day. I know you're being the best dad you possibly can, and definitely messed up on my part for not
you're
doing
good.
it.
You're good. You're good, brother. And shout out to fathers once again. Yo, I got. Hold on, I got a bunch of gripes. No, but before I get there, let's start off with love and positive. No, I appreciate. I also got a shout out to my boy Alir. Alir, like, yo, like, my bad if I mention you or you don't want me to mention you or whatever, but shout out to you, my boy. I appreciate you for reaching out to me. Sorry I haven't gotten back to you, bro. I've been sick as a fucking, like, dog, bro. I just started getting better. I'm glad I got better by pod day, but shout out to you, bro. He told us, hey, man, you could tell, like, you guys are in your element and you guys are gonna blow. So I truly appreciate that, because
pause that though.
All right, you know what it means.
I'm not blowing nothing.
I'm not blowing nothing.
Not blowing nothing.
Pause counter 2.
Pause.
No, but
we're like on 6.
Yeah, we're on like, if you count from the moment we got here, we're on like 10
for real.
Like, from the moment, like, we ended up here.
Damn, man.
Yo, to be transparent, we have nothing planned. Like, we have topics.
Why are you telling the people the back?
Because I got to let them in. Yo, we have nothing. Like
pre-planned. We usually do like a pre-production meeting, and we kind of go over the topics that we have in mind, and then we each bring multiple topics that we kind of want to talk, and then we kind of cherry pick which ones we feel meshed together with the whole pod,
and then kind of sort them out.
Correct. Today because we were messing around with the different angles, and as you can see, Jay actually has a fucking microphone.
I have a mic stand.
And then we were trying to do the 2 camera setup. We kind of went away from doing a little of the pre-production. We have topics. We're going to talk about them.
Yes, sir.
And I am sure that we're still going to bring you a good pod.
Oh, this feels great.
Right?
This feels great. I could tell we're going to bring a good pod.
Yeah, for sure. Look, we're vibing right now, dog.
Yeah. That's why I said run it. I was like, we probably don't even need to, like,
pre-production?
Pre-production for today, because I'm pretty sure, like, I already told you. I told him last week. Since last week, he's known what I wanted to get into. But before we get into that, I got some grapes.
All right.
I got some.
Grapes. I got one too. But go ahead and you start. And I got so hot earlier this year. This week, it was so hot, dude. I was so mad.
I wanted to start. I wanted to ask you something. Why you always tell them, like, they gotta hit you up personally? Yo, hit me up. Yo, official DJ Leo, hit my DMs. Send me heart emojis. Send me eggplant emojis. It's always something, bro. It's like, yo, we have a page. It's called Bridgin the Gap.
Yeah,
it's called. But I understand where you're coming from, because we're part of that, like, brand, right?
Of course.
But also, like, yo, just hit up the page.
Yo, hit up the page.
Shout out to Indigo Cuts.
Indigo Cuts again.
I mean, it's not fresh, but it's gonna be fresh next week.
It's gonna be fresh. Look at me, dog. I did. I'm not looking as wolfy as I did last week.
He baldied it up last week.
Yeah, I kind of, for Father's Day, I made sure I was looking kind of sexy. I don't know for who. Definitely not looking sexy. I failed on that one. Yo, it's not working. I don't know what happened to it.
Yo, what
I don't know. But hey, look.
Hey, we fucked up buttons. Anyways,
moving on. Go ahead and tell me what you're mad about. Tell me what you're mad about. He's a mad rapper.
Right, yo. No, for real. Damn, I don't know where to start, bro. Yo, all right. Fuck, bro. I'm drawing a blank. There's so much shit I want to bitch about.
Ooh, okay.
That, like, I just, keep talking. Let me go through my
Yo,
phone.
but all right. So here's what I'm gonna. I have something. I kind of heated, and I talked to my boy about this, and my boy was like, "You shouldn't talk about this." Well, fuck that. I'm gonna talk about it.
Fuck
anyways.
that. We do whatever the fuck we want up in here.
Of course. Yo, so I ordered pizza the other day on Monday. Actually. I called in the order, and my wife was going to go pick it up and stuff. And when she got there, first of all, the order wasn't ready. Second of all, the guy didn't even know what the order was. And I got mad because this is the second time this individual, this motherfucker, messes up my order, dog. That last time he gave my pizza away to somebody else, and then I had to wait for them to make a whole new pizza for me.
You know what I'm gonna ask?
I know you're gonna ask me to mention it, to drop the name out there, but my wife made me promise that I can't.
Oh, okay.
I can't because we may eat there again. We don't want extra sauce on our food, so because of that, we're gonna, we're not gonna mention the name. But yo, my thing is, last time I was there, this guy kept complaining about people walking in, and like because he wanted to go home, and I'm like, yo, if people don't walk in, people don't tip, you don't get extra money.
You don't have a fucking job.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, and it wasn't even like it was closing time. It was like 2 hours before closing time. So I understand, yo, when I was in retail, if you come in 5 minutes, 10 minutes before closing time, I'm hot. Like, I'm mad as a motherfucker. Yeah. But if it's 2 hours, yo, might as well do something. Why are you just going to sit there? And guess what he was doing while he was sitting there waiting? TikTok, texting, all this stuff. I'm like, come on, guy. Like, I know you're young and stuff, but like, I don't know, man. This generation just
all right. Thank you, because that leads me into one of my I think we're in the fuck you corner segment of the podcast.
I think so.
That brings me into like the next thing. Yo, are please and thank you fucking dead?
Yes.
You new generation motherfuckers piss me the fuck off so much because like, why even get a job if you're just gonna carry this entitled ass attitude? Yo, I sound so fucking old. Yep. But also,
for sure.
Also, y'all are so fucking soft, bro. Like, where's the pleases and the thank yous and the just the hospitality when you work somewhere, anywhere, whether you're a cashier, whether you're a server, whether you're a fucking cook, just have some fucking hospitality. I know that shit is not the best right now. Shit is not the greatest. The world is at fucking war right now. I know the vibes are fucking off, but that doesn't mean you just got to spread your nasty ass, negative ass fucking attitude into like people who are just paying customers.
Tell them how you feel, Jay.
Do you know? Yeah, like Leo said, if you don't have us going around, you're left without a fucking job. You're left without a fucking job. You're left without fucking money. Yep. You're left without money. You're left without a fucking life.
True story.
You gotta like walk around with some sort of fucking gratitude that you even got a fucking job. You're useless piece of shit TikTok watching head fucking ass. Jesus Christ! It's like yo, it's so simple. Like, I never understood that shit. And ever since I started working, I never understood why people, girls especially, got to take out their attitudes on customers. Like,
it wasn't me, dog. I didn't say nothing.
Also speaking of girls, do you even see stop signs?
Oh.
Do you it's like maybe girls are colorblind to like octagonal red shapes.
Yo, I think did we miss the first part of this show? Like, I thought we were gonna kind of like
no.
Let's bro it up. Like, we're gonna
you're gonna let's bro it up. I'm gonna bro it more up because I love. You know what I love more than making people happy?
Trying to be like your hero, Andrew Tate.
No, I love getting people mad, bro. I love getting people mad, especially when I really feel passionate about some shit, like reckless endangerment behind the wheel and fucking running a stop sign. Okay. Because some things like you just got to call out. Yo, all right. transparency. I
Got
do Uber fucking Eats.
We know
okay?
that already.
Yeah, I've said it
You've
like,
said it like
every
4
episode.
episodes.
Yeah, every episode I've said it. All right. Okay, just in case you're just joining us and you just became a fan, this fifth episode.
5th episode.
Yo,
If you did, go
I
watch
do
4th episode.
Uber fucking Eats. Life is
does.
not like the best for me. You know, like I'm always fucking working because I need to make some fucking money. But yo, listen.
He's on his soapbox today, dog. He's on his soapbox.
Listen, yo. I saw on me. Let me hog the ball. Let me hog the ball right now, bro. You don't need to be the dick, Leo. I'm here for that. Okay. You don't need to be the guy with the balls anymore. I'm here for that.
Whoa.
Yo,
what are you talking about?
I don't know. Now, let's skip transition.
Okay.
Let's get past. All right. So, girls, why can't you see stop signs? So many times I've been on the road, and every time somebody has ran a stop sign. Let me not say every time. 95, 98% of the time somebody has ran a stop sign, especially at the mall. There's this, I don't know if you know, at our mall.
Yeah.
There's this like little thing, this little intersection where there's 2 stop signs, but the person coming through in between the 2 stop signs has the right of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I got you.
Anyways, when you come here, you know what's funny? Majority of the time, girls stop when there's no stop sign. Yo, I'm like,
this guy's going.
I'm like, what the fuck,
ladies?
I
apologize.
I'm like,
I
that's
apologize.
fucking retarded, bro. And every time somebody runs it, it's a fucking female on the fucking phone, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Girls, lock in. This is a public service announcement, not from Bridgin the Gap, from fucking Get Rich Never Die.
The views
Jay.
expressed right now are Jay's and Jay's only. It is not of Bridgin the Gap.
It's not a Bridgin the These are mine. These next 10 minutes are gonna be my views only.
Him.
All me.
I'm gonna let him go in. All right. I'm
And,
gonna be quiet.
while we're fucking at it, hold on, because now it's time to. While I'm holding the ladies accountable, y'all can't fucking drive worse shit. I need you to hear me right now. Y'all can't fucking drive worse shit.
Damn.
But I do appreciate the good women drivers in my life, which is only one. Shout out to my sister Curly.
Yo.
and my baby Christina. She can fucking whip it.
Oh, okay.
But that's honestly those are our 2 viewers and our 2 people that we influence.
Well, and then to be fair, what do they both have in common?
Their names start with K.
Oh.
That we're
No, bitch. That they both
from
learn,
Jersey.
Exactly.
From
they
Jersey.
both learn how to drive in Jersey.
Yep.
Yo, if you learn to drive in
That's
the
absolutely
Northeast, you have an edge. Because let me tell you, in Jersey, you drive, and New York, of course, you drive aggressive, but under control. Here, they drive aggressive, and they don't know what they're doing. So this is why you have so many accidents. This is why you have so many sight wipes and all this shit. Is because here, yo, I met a girl.
Bitches be in fucking La La Land.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Damn. Okay, let's bring it down.
I'm sorry.
Like
I'm sorry.
3 notches.
I'm sorry.
Just to,
I apologize.
I am gonna add to your story though, but in a productive way, I guess. I worked with this girl like maybe like 12, 13 years ago from New York, and she told me she took the test 7 times in New York and failed it. She came here and passed it the first time. So what am I saying is that here they're very loosey-goosey with who they pass and what they pass. Yo, she ran over a cone and she still passed.
Yikes.
In Jersey, you run over a cone, the guy's kicking you out of the car. Even if it's
He's
your own
ending
car,
that shit at that.
even if it's your car, be like, get out. I'm driving. Because for real, here it's very, very loosey-goosey with the licenses.
With the licenses. But I also think that has to do with like how narrow the roads are. Because in Jersey, you have to be very careful and very like you had to have, what's that called? Your field of view, your
peripheral
and your coordination. Like, good, you got to be able to know where you fit because the roads are very narrow.
Yep.
When I spent like my time in Jersey, that's where I really learned how to fucking drive.
Of course.
Excuse me. And that's when I really like got it down packed. But bro, while we're holding the ladies accountable still. Before I get to the fellas, you bitch ass motherfuckers, you guys are gonna get it too. But
Yo, we're spending a lot of time on this, dog.
No, don't worry, no, because I gotta get it out, bro.
All right.
These are the I'm firing out right now. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Just trust the process, Leo.
Gotcha.
All right, you bitches. No, I'm kidding, ladies, and this is coming from the bottom of my heart. If it's Father's Day, or the day before, 2 days before, Father's Day week, right? Do not post your negative relationships with your baby daddy, with your own father, with your deadbeat whatever. That is not the time to post about your negative relationships with your father. Ooh. Okay? Save that shit, save your trauma and all that other shit for some other day. When that week comes, we're celebrating active fathers. We're not celebrating. We're not even mentioning. We're not even talking about. This doesn't even pertain to your absent piece of shit father.
Whoa. But just to be fair, though, I can, just to play a little devil's advocate, I can see how that holiday can be a trigger for some people. So if you had a bad childhood, we fucking talked about it last week, bitch.
Yeah.
If you had a bad childhood and your Father's Day is coming up, it's something about the day itself that I can see where it can trigger some negative thoughts because of things that happen in your life. While you and I may have had difficult fathers, they were not 100% pieces of shit. They were, at least my father, probably 85.
I'm talking about my father.
I said, he may have been. I just don't know the percentage. You can give him whatever percentage you feel like you feel.
My own personal,
yeah, your own personal. I'm not saying I'm giving him a thing. I'm telling you, my father's 85% piece of shit, but I can see how that can be a trigger. So if that's a trigger, then sometimes people need to let that out. And we have the pod. We talked about it last week. So they have social media.
Yeah. I want to use my platform irresponsibly right now.
Oh.
Listen, I don't give a fuck about your trauma.
Sorry, ladies.
And I'm just saying about the time. You could get that shit off whenever you want.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the timing is not for that. It's not for you to relay your traumas and then let people know how the fuck your father fucked you up or whatever. That is not the time when we're celebrating good fucking men who are there for their children.
They're triggers, yo. Triggers.
I don't give a fuck about your triggers. The world doesn't revolve around your emotional fucking ass.
Wow.
Like if you have triggers, they're your triggers to deal with. They're not anybody else's triggers. Your feelings are nobody else's responsibilities, ladies.
Damn.
But don't worry, I'm gonna get to the men yet. Men.
Wow.
Men. I know we're in Men's Mental Health Month, right?
Yep. For a few more days.
Right?
So then July, we're just gonna go in on them.
No. It's almost over, so we're gonna start right now.
Damn.
Listen, bitch ass motherfuckers, get the fuck up.
Oh.
Stop being a fucking F word that we can't use anymore.
Oh.
All right. Hey, you see? Yeah. There's
growing,
loopholes, Stop being that, bro. Stop being that. For real. Grow a set of balls. Grab life by the fucking horns and lock the fuck in, okay?
Wow.
This is not the time to be a fucking pussy. I mean, maybe Men's Mental Health Month is the time to be a fucking pussy, but even then, bro, you know where we come from, bro? You know what? Like,
we're getting canceled today.
Like men, the amount of the things men had to do to build the civilization you live in right now to make it so soft for you that you're entitled to even fucking feel any emotions. We didn't have to, like, way back then, you didn't have to feel any emotions because you were just focused on fucking survival. We got to get back to that. Focus on fucking surviving and fucking exceeding expectations. Don't focus on the negative things in your life. I work all the time. I got sick. I'm in debt. I don't give a fuck. I'm still going to keep my fucking energy up because that's what's going to keep me sane.
Tell them how you feel, Jay. Tell them how you feel.
Yeah, I'm going to tell them how I fucking feel. Yo, you can't just be a fucking pussy anymore, bro. You gotta go out there. You gotta be who you want to be. as long as you're not hurting anybody else, as long as you're keeping your morals intact, you don't gotta fucking like bitch about your fucking emotions. Ooh. I'm talking to those soft ass men that just always fucking complain. Oh, why can't I find love? Oh, why is this going bad for me? Oh God, this sucks. Oh no, bro, you're a fucking man, bro. We used to hunt and shit. Now you're fucking somebody get your fucking coffee order wrong at Starbucks and you cry like a little bitch. Fuck you.
We're gonna call you Jay Tate. What the fuck?
Fuck you. No, that shit's so soft, bro. That shit's so soft and it pisses me off. You know why it pisses me off, bro? Because my life is not the greatest, and I could see how some people's life might not be like the best. But that's no reason to ever fucking give up. And that's what I'm trying to say is like sometimes, like, mind you, this is how I talk to myself.
Ooh, okay.
I wouldn't talk to anybody else if that, like, this is what I tell myself.
You just did.
I wouldn't talk to anybody else like how like if I wouldn't talk to myself like that.
Okay,
like
I got it.
In that manner.
That makes sense.
You know?
Yo, but okay.
I need to calm down. My
Take
bad.
a breath.
I hogged the ball. Here, pass. I passed the ball back. Yeah.
Whoa, don't be passing no balls.
Okay, my bad.
Yo, take a breath. Damn, yo. Okay.
Oh, and Leo, it's not well endowed. It's well endowed.
Okay. Well endowed. Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know if you could refer to women's titties as well endowed, because well endowed is usually reserved for dick. So who's gay now, Leo? Happy Pride Month.
Okay.
All right, I'm sorry.
Wow.
All right, yo, I'm not gonna lie, that was crazy. I don't know what came over me.
I know that was crazy, dog. But I gave you time, dog. I felt like sometimes we kind of need that, and like we say, transition. We kind of we mentioned Jersey, and this reminded me of something we were talking about earlier.
Yes, sir.
In the week, we actually talked about it after last week's pod. And, we both grew up in Jersey for the most part.
For sure.
And especially myself, when I was growing up there, it was during gangster rap. It was on, rap was big. I lived in a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood. It was 98% Hispanic.
Dominicans.
Well, Dominicans do.
It was like, hold on. It was 96% Dominicans, 98% Hispanic.
Something like that. It was probably like 70% Dominicans and then like 28% everything else. So because of that, we were all immersed in this rap culture, and because we, like you said, we were predominantly Dominican, we used to use the N-word a lot without the R, with the A, okay? So this is how we interacted with each other. That's what we used to say, and to us, it was okay. But of course, you actually sent me an article yesterday or today, actually, because this guy was, I don't know what he was doing so early, about Tekashi 6ix9ine and some other Mexicans saying that it should be okay for them to use the N-word because of the struggles that they've had is very similar to the struggle that African-American men had and women. But, I feel like, I'm going to say this. I've actually had conversations with some of my black friends about this, and they kind of give me a pass because I'm Dominican. I'm dark skinned. I call myself Mocha Latte, by the way. Fuck yo if you don't think so. But I know you and I have very similar very similar mindset or thought on this. But tell me, I guess let's try to.
I'm gonna try to steel man this other side of the argument.
Okay.
Because I feel like people like me who are more like native Indian looking, because Leo's more he has curly hair. He has like
when I had it.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's awkward. My bad.
Yeah, I don't fucking have hair now though.
Leo could pass for black if we're gonna be honest. He could pass for it. I can't because I have straight hair. Leo has more like wool hair. I have more straight hair.
Yeah.
So I can't pass for that.
Okay.
But you know, growing up in Jersey City, it was said a lot by everybody. You know, especially when you grow up in the streets, especially when you grow up like with coke dealers up the block, like it's a different environment, it's a different culture, especially in Jersey, because in Jersey we're a melting pot over there, man.
Yep.
We're a melting pot full of Latinos, Indians, you know, and then you
Blacks,
got
whites.
blacks, whites, yeah, all in
Everything.
the same neighborhood, all in the same like fucking ghetto. And so like when you grow up like that, it's kind of hard to get rid of that habit of saying it, especially if you just say it as a kid, because when you're a kid, life is very tunnel vision when you're a kid.
Yep.
It's like the perspective of the world is very closed. So all you know is your neighborhood. And when nobody calls you out, when nobody teaches you any history of that, it just becomes part of your grammar. And then, you know, as you get older, you get wiser, you know, you start to learn a little more behind the connotations of that word and how, you know, white people used it as a slur. Black
Correct.
people took it and created and made it into like their Batman
Empowerment.
suit. Yeah,
empowerment.
it's empowerment. Yeah,
Yeah.
they took the thing that was used against them the most and they use it as a term of sometimes it could be like a very like love, yo, my endearment. Yeah. So, and then I feel like I'm not gonna lie up in here, bro. And I feel like we should have you know, we should call one of our like our black friends and have this conversation with them, but we didn't plan this out. We're gonna have two Hispanic men have this conversation.
Of course. we're gonna give our opinions and then we're just gonna get shit about it.
Yeah.
But then again, we're gonna get shit about it for the first 30 minutes of the show.
Yeah, that was me.
That was wild.
Yeah.
That was wild. Oh, more look at the camera. That was wild. All right.
But in all seriousness, I feel like, you know, words are just words. And, you know, one of the talking points on Twitter that I see from Black Twitter is that, yo, if they were like, if we were to call Mexicans any slurs, they're like, oh, now if we were to call Mexicans any slurs, oh, now we're the bad guys. And it's like, I'm just going to tell you one thing, and my black brothers and sisters, don't take this the wrong way, but we discriminate against everybody, bro.
Yep.
You have small eyes, we're gonna call you chino.
Of course.
You're dark skin, we're gonna call you negro. It's just how we do it. We associate you by how you look, you know, like
not just how you look, but what we feel is your defects.
yeah, your defects. Hey, you know how many times they call Leo Gordo? That's not his name. His name is fucking Leonard.
Yep.
Or Leonard, if you ask some people.
Yeah, what were you throwing out my government name out there for?
Again, this is not your fucking government. I didn't put out your fucking last name. Your government is just your full.
It
like
doesn't matter.
You're calling.
Nobody wants my full name out there. It's
right.
Leo.
All right, Leo.
Call me Leonard in the street. We fighting. We throwing hands.
Yo, but like Gordo, like they call me like when yo, you just get made fun of for whatever. Like Latino culture is racial profiling. It's not about like how I personally feel about you, is what I could see. We're visual, like we'll just do it to anybody. So and the N-word is not the same things as calling a Mexican a wetback. And even if you call him a wetback, yo, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna look at my Mexican brothers and sisters and be like, yo, my wetbacks. And it's cool. It's fine with them. You know why? Because this shit is ingrained in us to have like personal attacks to offend us since we were kids, to toughen us up. When I was a kid, just a little side story. When I was a kid and I was chubby, my cousin, I was like 12 years old. I was a child. My cousins and my brother, my own brother, would call me a seal. A baby seal, because I when I would swim in the ocean like a water, I would just be this brown little blob, this brown little ball in the water, and they call me a fucking seal. And it sounds worse in Spanish. It's foquita. They used to call me foquita,
this
bro.
Little foquita, this little mother foquita.
This little mother foquita. Yeah, that's kind of funny. That was funny. But that's how it is. Yeah. So when we use that term, we don't ever use it in we don't emergency room. We don't emergency room it. We don't double GER that shit. It's always Snoop DO double GA that we use on that shit. But I'm not gonna lie, I've toned it down over time. I try to be conscious about it. I try to like respect the well wishes because my bad, I'm hogging the ball again. But just to close out, life in Jersey is different than the South.
Yep.
Like over there, it's more inclusive, more everything. Like Puerto Ricans say it, Dominicans say it, like Mexicans say it, Salvadorians say it, Ecuadorians say it. Everybody says it if you grew up in that section of Jersey. But down here in the South, it has a different connotation. It's much more held to black people. It's more personal.
And because you still have a lot of racist people here.
Exactly.
So because of that, the African American community doesn't know, are you pro the community or against the community? So because of that, everybody's already like and on the defense. Everybody has their guard up, and that makes sense, man. I mean, right now we're going through some shit, and everybody knows there's a lot of racism in the South. Where we grew up, I mean, I'm gonna say, because maybe other parts of Jersey are not like this, but at least where we grew up, in the time that we grew up, you could have said it. There could have been a group of black guys there, and if you were cool with them and everybody was cool, you said it. Everybody said it to each other. You said it to him.
Yeah.
Nobody batted an eye. Nobody even blinked twice by you saying it. Of course, if you're new from a different neighborhood, and you may have said that, you may have to earn that. I think that was one of those you had to earn before you said it. But we just said it, and is it right? Maybe not. Maybe we shouldn't take that word and use it because maybe we're adding to the problem as opposed to helping. But it was our day-to-day living. That was us every day. We grew up, we went to school, we said it, we talked about it, we communicated that way. Everybody said it to each other, and it was normal. It was so normal that now I don't use it on my day-to-day, but I do have some friends that are, grammar school friends, kids that we've been friends for over 28 years. And when we're talking, it comes out, and they say it to me, I say it to them, and it's almost like we don't even think about it. It just is a natural progression of using the word and then, but I won't go around and say it to any of my black friends. I won't say it to anybody here in South Florida,
or in a harmful, derogatory way.
Correct. We're exactly. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. Go.
I'm not. When we use it, I'm not offending anybody. I'm not. I'm not offending the person that I'm saying it to. They're not offended. I'm not offended. We say it to each other. But are there people that find it offensive? I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
And because of that, I'm gonna say, that's why I'm very conscious of when and where I use it. It's not a day-to-day. It's not even a month-to-month. Sometimes I might go a couple of months without talking to my friends, and when we do talk, yes. Do I say it? Probably. But yeah, I'm very conscientious of where I use it and how I use it, because I try not to offend anybody anymore, at least not on purpose. I do offend a lot of people without knowledge or just me being me, but unless I don't like you, I don't really offend you. I mean, there's a list of people I don't like, so I definitely go out of my way to offend, yo. But
and another thing. Yeah.
Damn.
Nah, you
I got nervous now.
You do offend people.
You do offend people,
like especially when you get drunk, bitch ass motherfucker.
Yeah, I do.
No, but
do offend a lot of people.
But and then he doesn't remember it,
which is worse, because I don't remember what I did. But I'm gonna start walking around with my meta glasses and record everything, and then that way I can play it back the next day, because I'm gonna record
body cam.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a body cam, just record everything. Just not drink as crazy. I've been doing that the last few days. I've had some alcoholic beverages, and you
haven't been overdoing it.
Correct. And I've been pacing myself. I think that's the big thing. But then again, I've been alone. I've been drinking by myself, so that's alcoholic too.
Yeah.
But it's basically when I'm in a social setting that it gets
you
a little
overdo
bit. Yeah, it gets a little out of hand.
It gets a little out of hand.
Just a little.
All right.
Transition.
No. ISO on me. ISO on me.
Alright.
ISO on me. Pass me the ball. Pass me the ball. Yo, my fellow African American people, my brothers and sisters, listen up. It's the white people that are the problem, bro. They're trying to turn us against each other by using this fucking using this topic against us, bro. We used to be one in a union, bro. Now they're trying to turn us against each other. Yo, we're in the same shit. They're racist against us too. You know, it's just we don't talk about it because we're used to that shit. It's it's like whatever. But they're racist against too. They tell us to go back to our country. They tell us fucking mow my grass. They tell me fucking, you know, fix my house. You know, fucking they
Deliver my food.
Wait, well, all right, yo, what are we doing here? Leo? I thought we were on the same side.
I'm just saying what they say. I don't say that.
Nah,
that's what they say.
Fucking plant my trees, all that other shit, bro. And you know what? It's fucking cool. It's whatever because this is our stereotypical selves. Like it's nothing that really affects us. That really like that that takes harm in who we are because at the end of the day we're gonna continue to be us. And I feel like you guys should take that approach too and know that a lot of us are really with you. And, you know, to call out some hypocrisy, you know, on some real shit, I'm just going to touch on this for 2 seconds.
Pause.
Yo, like I understand going out there and protesting for immigration rights, but if you as an Hispanic, as an American Hispanic are going out there just for your Hispanics and not going out there for like when black people need you or when there's something serious going on, like the fucking Chinese supplying our food source and majority of our products, and they could be like chemical engineering us into being fucking deficient and weak. Yo, we really got to focus on the real shit. I understand immigration is a big thing, but you did an illegal shit. I'm sorry. I know we're running away from horrible shit going on in our third world countries, but also, bro, like we got to be serious about this and objective. And I understand if you want to be out there and protesting, but protest also the real shit that really affects American lives. Because you, at the end of the day, your family decided to move here. You guys wanted better lives. Yeah, you're fucking Colombian. Yeah, you're fucking Mexican. And yeah, you're proud of that shit. But you decided to live here in the United motherfucking States of fucking America. So be patriotic and proud about that shit, motherfucker.
Okay. So I'm not
transition. All right, transition.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Are Dominicans black? Leo, he considers himself mocha latte, bro. I'm telling him he's African.
Yeah. Listen, this is a very hot topic, even within the island. You go to DR right now.
Why do y'all deny it?
Well, I don't know about denying. Well, yeah, we deny it, but at the same time,
on.
But I think it's just because we sort of are a melting pot. You know, we are part of Tainos. We also have Spaniard, African. We have French. We have a lot of mix. So I'm gonna give you guys a little history, just in case. DR, of course, is part of La Isla Española. Okay. With La Isla Española was used basically as a supermarket for slavery when slavery was at its midpoint. So slaves would be transferred from Africa to Dominican Republic and what is now Haiti. Mm-hmm. They would be kept there. And then, you know, people from Florida would come in with their ships. They would basically, you know, pick out the slaves that they want and shop and then take them back to the
Spaniards from Florida.
Yeah, the people from Florida. I don't know if that was Spaniards. But
the actual people, like the natives?
Yeah, no, not natives, Florida, but Americans. Whatever race of Americans were living in Florida at that moment.
It was the Spaniards.
Spaniards, but you also had the French. So it was a combination of it. You had Italians. So it was a combination of a little bit of everything. But so because there was a lot of slaves that were left in Dominican Republic after slavery was abolished across the world, Of course, you had a lot of Africans that were there, and of course they started to procreate with Tainos. They started procreating with Spaniards. Spaniards actually, if you know the history, they raped a lot of our women, and of course you kind of got all this mixture and stuff, and because of that, I feel it's yes, or we're mostly black, because unfortunately, Tainos now are basically gone. Very few people can trace back their heritage to Tainos, but they can definitely sure as hell trace it back to Africans and Spaniards and French and all that stuff. So for the most part, yes, we're black, but there's this what is this called, stigma about black, even in the country. I think and it's like this in most Latin countries, where even in Latin countries, white people still feel like they're better than blacks, and they add this additional stigma to being black. So by you saying, yo, you're black, and we're saying no, we're Dominican, is because of that programming that we have with the stigma of being black that we were raised with.
Got you. Got you. That makes a lot of sense. And thank you for that. I got to know like all that history because it makes sense because the islands have most of them have the same history like Cuba, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico,
Correct.
Haiti. Like you guys all have that same history because of your proximity to the United States. So yeah, that's fucked up and like I gained new perspective. But
Yeah.
like and like yeah, there is a stigma in Latin American countries that's like so unfortunate, especially like when you know like in Ecuador, like most of our soccer players are black. Like that's what I don't get. Like we come from the same thing, and yeah, and especially Latinos that like grow up most majority of their lives. Just to revert back a bit, Latinos that spend a majority of their lives in their respective countries and then move here. Those I would understand if you have a problem with them saying the N word or trying to adapt to this culture because they didn't grow up here. Like the last segment was more for like Latinos that grew up here and grew up within the culture that I feel like should get a little bit of a leniency and a little bit of like some grace when it comes to learning about the history of what that word means over time. But damn, I didn't know. But like, I get it that like you like, but you guys deny it. But you guys deny it. That's the thing. Like, you guys deny. Like, no, I'm not. Like, it's like that OJ. Like a lot of what I realized. Dominicans are just a bunch of OJs. They're like, I'm not
Whoa.
black. I'm Dominican. It's
Oh.
like no. It's like it's no, especially who I give less grace is the Dominicans who grew up here. Leo, no, but Leo was
Whoa.
born in DR and he was sort of raised in DR. He came later in his childhood, but there's Dominicans here that are born here and that grow up with that mind frame is like, no, bro, like because if a cop, this is the thing, if a cop sees you, he's gonna identify you as a young black male.
Yep.
That's why when you grow up here and a cop identifies you as that, now you don't like based on how you look, you don't have that privilege to just use your words and be like, I don't identify as this. No, this is how you look. So this is what comes with all of how you look, especially in this country, especially in this region of the country, the South, but in all of this country, which is why I feel like Dominicans who are black, who how to portray or identify or look as as African American people. I feel like, especially if you grew up here, I feel like you should, like, especially if you're going to identify with the culture, you should really do a lot of research and see what this country has done to African American people, and then understanding that because you look adjacent to that culture, you're going to be put in with that group. And if you don't understand what happens with that, it's going to go very bad for you when you end up in a traffic stop with the wrong cop. And that's why I think it's very important to have these conversations, because some people are afraid to have these conversations. It's like, no, bro, there's a lot of perspective to be gained from this shit. And I thought this was gonna be more funnier because I'm like, why you motherfuckers deny this shit? But it got serious. But that's what Bridging the Gap does, bro. We got to get serious about some shit, because if we were just joking about everything, then we can never have a serious conversation.
No, for sure. And you know, definitely we have to have these conversations, and just to kind of like do a little transition.
Transition.
Yo, I sent you the you know, talking about black people. I sent you that. Yo, I sent you that.
You sent me the article.
The article for Tyler Perry. Yo,
yeah.
Getting sued for $260 million.
Yeah.
That is wild. And so here's my thing, right? I love Tyler Perry. I love his movies. He's funny.
That tracks.
Whoa. Why?
What do you mean? I didn't say anything. Go on. You love his movies?
Why? Because I'm black?
Yeah, we got one. We got one.
I converted.
Yeah, we got one that doesn't deny. we got one. Hey, it's him. Leo's he's on the Guinness World of like records for being the first Dominican to not deny his African roots.
Yeah, for sure.
So Tyler Perry.
Yeah, man. So Tyler Perry.
200 what? 46?
260.
That's big money, bro.
Yeah. So according to the lawsuit, this gentleman, this actor, I can't think of his name right now, but he exchanges, according to him, he has several text messages for years. He has multiple text messages where Tyler Perry was offering him positions. They were offering him roles, and offer him to even give him more to higher roles within his studio. By the way, for those of you that don't know, Tyler Perry has a huge multi-billion-dollar studio in Atlanta, which a lot of movies that you've probably watched have been recorded in his sound studios. So even some of the Avenger movies and stuff have, some of the movies have, at least some parts of it have been shot at his studios. Bad Boys, the latest Bad Boys was shot there as well. So a lot of things have shot in his studios.
Yeah.
And according to the suit, of course, this is all a little kind of hearsay kind of thing. We don't know to the extent of what the text messages were and what was offered within those text messages, but
right.
I feel like it becomes like a little bit of a Diddy situation, right? Because here's this man that has a lot of power, a lot of money, offering someone that they're gonna give them a lot of things, you know, roles in movies, directing, producing, making a show just for them, according to what is alleged to be in the messages.
Yeah.
And you know, this is a powerful man offering you what you always wanted. And you know, that is abuse of power, in my opinion. What do you think about that?
But also, why are you so desperate to be successful? If it's like if it's get fondled by Tyler Perry or fucking homelessness, and you had to choose one, like at the worst case scenario, you get out of a job, you're homeless, but it's like, I'm gonna choose homelessness, because
really?
if I don't stand on that, if I don't stand on something like that deeply, like my sexuality or my, what is my,
well,
my vulnerabilities.
I'm sorry to interrupt, because one thing we don't know, and I'm not 100% sure, is we don't know the person that's suing. We don't know his sexuality. We don't know if he's, you know, if he is a homosexual. Is he straight? Is he bi? We don't know. I mean, at least personally, I haven't read anywhere where it leads me to know whether he's one or the other. So let's say, just for shits and giggles, let's say he is a gay man.
Right.
And at this point, you do sleep with other men.
Right.
what would you at that point? What would you say? Because you're going about it as if you're heterosexual, and which you
All
are
right.
sometimes.
What was talking? This guy.
Yeah, and then but let's say you're a gay man,
Right. Right. Right.
and then at this point, you got this powerful man offering you a bunch of money, a bunch of roles, and different things. What would you say then?
What would I say then?
Balls deep in.
All right. Let's flip the scenario.
Okay. Okay.
Let's say a woman, right? I'm a straight man,
Mm-hmm.
and let's say a woman is in Tyler Perry's position. Hey, and I'm a single man, right? Hey, guess what? I'm fucking my way into that position, bro, and I'm not gonna feel a way about it.
Whoa.
And I feel like desperate people do desperate things. So if you're gonna tell me that you desperately needed a job, you desperately needed to get in this industry, and Tyler Perry was your way in, you're desperate enough to fucking taint the man's image and fucking sue him for that much money.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
Because you could have a relationship with him, and then that relationship could end, and it could end sourly, and then you could say, hey, because this man is in a powerful position, and it's a position above me, and it's a conflict of interest, I could use that to my advantage and be set for the rest of my life. This gay man is acting like a bitch.
Whoa.
You know? And I'm saying, look, hey, public service announcement, like just to let you guys know, I read a little bit of the article, and I was like, I'm just gonna be on Tyler Perry's side.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna be on Tyler Perry's side, and I'm not even on I don't even fuck with Tyler Perry like that. I don't watch his movies. I don't like Medea. A grown man dressing as an old lady is kind of weird to me, to be frank. But
Toxic.
But also, like, I'm not toxic. I'm just being honest. Yeah. But also at the same time, I understand how powerful men could get taken advantage of. And if this is like, if you look, like, I think this was something that happened like not too long ago, but within the last 5 years. And if it was something really like that traumatic to you, really, I would just go to the authorities. And to Leo's point, as a powerful man, I feel like you guys just start using like body cams. Just have a body cam on you for every interaction you have, because these motherfuckers are going to be out to get you. Especially because Tyler Perry just had this grand moment at the BET Awards, and like a week later, this shit is happening.
Yep.
Fuck out of here, bro. And the guy is a white dude. That's what I'm saying, bro. And
They're trying to hurt the culture. Yo, yeah. Listen. Here's the thing. I get what you're trying to say.
And Tyler Perry can be gay. He can be all that shit. He could do whatever he wants, but
I think he's married though.
That doesn't mean anything. But
I know, but like, his wife, damn, finding this out, that's kind of crazy. But
that is crazy.
One thing that again, this happened over several years. So this guy has supposedly thousands of text messages. My thing is,
give me more information.
My thing is this. We haven't seen the full content of all the text messages, so we don't know if this gentleman was also being flirtatious, and this man was also, like kind of baiting him to do this kind of thing. But as a powerful executive, that you are technically his boss, okay? You need to understand that you can't be offering shit to people for sexual favors. Whether you're going to do it or not, it doesn't matter. You should not be, if this person is into you, they're going to be into you whether you're broke, you're rich, and not. If this person only wants you for one thing, stop offering. Rich people, stop offering favors for sex. You're rich. Pay for somebody if you want sex, dog. For real. Tyler Perry could have been paying, a guy or two to come, to one of his studios and do whatever he needed to do and call it a day. The guy would sign an NDA, go about your business, nothing else to do. I know shit like that is illegal, but right now you're offering, positions of power for this guy in order for you to try to get sex. Dude, pay for it. Cheaper.
He did. He was trying to pay for it.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. He could have paid.
You're telling him not to use his power and then also use his power. Like,
No, use your money. Use your because you pay an
money
escort,
is power.
You use an escort service that you know what you're gonna get.
I don't want that escort booty. I want that actor booty.
Ooh.
That's what he said.
Okay, damn. All right. Wow. Whoopsie. Yo, but you know, do you have anything more you want to add to this?
Not really. I just like I get your point, but also like you got to understand. I don't know. I just feel like rich man, like you can never be that powerful, that rich without, especially as a black man, without some bullshit always coming up. And it's like at some point, like are these guys at fault, or are just people just money hungry, and it creates like a blurred perspective for actual victims.
Yo, but I think what it is once you get that rich, you're used to getting everything
Your
you
way.
want.
Yeah.
So because you're used to it, you kind of you don't understand what the line is. So
That's fair.
The lines are blurred, and because the lines are blurred, you kind of think that your rules don't apply to you.
That's fair, but it could be fucked up if this guy was down with it. This guy enjoyed it, and then like his time could have been up. Like you know what could have happened? How about I paint a different picture?
Okay.
Tyler Perry, he's trying to what is it? He's trying to court the dude, low key. He's throwing in little signals, little hints. And what if the dude is feeling it? And what if they enjoy it? And what if they have a good run for 1-2 years? And then Tyler Perry's like, you know what? I want to know more of this. Now your whole lifestyle, everything that you're accustomed to is flipped upside down. And then all of a sudden, like you're out in the dumps. You're not living the same life because you're not with Tyler Perry anymore. You're not around this luxurious lifestyle anymore. Now you're on your own. So now you realize the expenses it takes to continue the lifestyle. Oh, fuck. I can continue this on my own. Oh, you know what I could do? I could use the relationship that we had as leverage because he holds a higher position than I do. And that's the fucked up part. And I understand, like, yeah, he shouldn't have, dabbled in the company, whatever that saying is. Oh, well, put his pen in the company ink. Maybe he shouldn't have done that. That's, like I said last episode, us men, we have to we always take accountability in the part we played.
Yep.
And I feel like that's what he should do. But also, you can't like that's fucked up to use that relationship as leverage. If that's how it went, like the picture I painted.
Yeah,
it's fucked up to do that to somebody, especially if you guys had a good thing going on and you enjoyed it for the moment, and just because it's over, now you want to fucking like.
Well, to be fair, according to what's come out yet, they have not said if there was a relationship.
Right. Period.
The guy just mentioned the text messages and the courting. Nothing yet if there was a relationship. Hopefully, when it goes to trial or things come out, we'll learn a little bit more. But right now, listen,
you know what this is.
Yeah, it's a money grab
it's
for
a money
sure.
Grab, bro.
But
they're gonna settle. It's gonna be like 10 mil.
As a powerful man, you need to understand, Tyler, dude, you should know better. I mean, you.
That's true too. Keep your dick in your pants.
Yeah, dude, you made this you made this whole company from nothing. You started to, look at Tyler Perry's history and see how he started. He started from nothing and he made himself what it is because he made his own roles when he was doing theater. He wrote the roles for himself, and that's what got him found, and that's what made him famous. So from the beginning, he's been making himself the roles and everything he wants, which is what is made him the rich, powerful man he is. But talking about another rich, powerful man.
Ooh.
You heard about the Fat Joe lawsuit?
Transition. What happened with Fat Joe? What happened with Joey Crack?
Okay, so
tell me about it.
So Fat Joe recently sued his.
He's suing?
Well,
on some Drake shit.
No, it's kind of like I'm gonna explain everything. And
dale.
Fat Joe's old hype man, I forgot his name right now.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
He said some things on social media and about Fat Joe liking them young. So Fat Joe
Like
sued
really
him.
Drake.
So sued him for defamation.
Uh-huh.
So now the hype man went and actually made a
Countersuit?
not just a countersuit, because the first one was not a criminal complaint, was
Civil?
civil. He was trying to get some money. Fat Joe did a civil file lawsuit,
Right.
civil lawsuit. This guy filed a criminal complaint.
Oh shit.
Where he detailed information about Fat Joe liking them, not just young, 15-year-old young.
Yeah, that's
He said that
disgusting.
he gave examples of a 15-year-old Dominican girl that supposedly, would come around and do oral favors and things
Jesus.
for exchange of money and paying Fat Joe allegedly. And this is all alleged. Again, allegedly. The previous story, again, everything was allegedly. According to the hype man, there was another Hispanic girl that he actually paid for her to have a BBL, although the girl was not even old enough to have her whole body developed yet.
Jesus.
And this guy actually paid for her to have a BBL. I think he's, if I'm not mistaken, she was like 17 or 18 or something like that. And then there was another girl, in this case a white girl, that he supposedly not just did stuff with her, but he actually paid for her to have an apartment in Miami, near his
Damn.
apartment with his wife. He flew her from New York to Miami. Huh?
Nothing.
Said that's kind of gangster.
Yeah.
And
If she's of age.
but she wasn't, according.
That's not gangster anymore.
And then flew her to to Europe to also be with him while he was on tour over there.
Shit.
It just the latest bomb that I read about today, according to the hype man, Fat Joe wanted to put a hit on 50.
Yeah, I read that.
To the point where he was keeping track of where 50 was having
Performing. Yeah.
so that if any point he needed to make a hit, he would do it.
Damn.
Crazy allegations, right? Crazy allegations.
These are wild allegations. Some of them shit's unbelievable. Some of it's like it's too detailed or like too abstract for it to be like made up. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing, though. Some of these things is traceable. If he flew anybody,
yeah, a lot of these things
that you're gonna have a flight, you're gonna have somebody, whoever paid for it. Then if he did have a room, an apartment for this girl, you're gonna have records of who rented it. Also, if you were paying for this girl's cell phone, if you were not giving her cash, you also are gonna have records of who was paying the cell phone records for the other girl. So there is some way, somehow, if these are true, there are gonna be records of him doing some of these things. Again, I'm not saying that they are. Again, these are all alleged. Also, the hype man said, I forgot to mention this, that he was forced to have sex, not with the young girls, with girls while Fat Joe watched. Did he?
That's on some freaky shit.
Yo, what is up with... Yo, it makes me...
Yo, nah, they're trying to take down all our black man. First Diddy, Tyler Perry, now Fat Joe.
Well, he's Puerto Rican.
I know, but he says
he's Puerto Rican, so
yeah, but
trying to take down our Latinos. They're just trying to take everybody.
It's a joke because like Fat Joe's like one of the whitest people I've ever seen, sure. And he's allowed to get like an N-word pass.
Of course.
And during the time of leading back, nobody was saying shit. But that's like just kind of how the culture is in New York and Jersey, honestly.
Yo, but though, when I read these things, again, like I had the same thought as you. This guy is way too detailed. Too much information provided, where he not only provided, it was this. He's like the ethnicity, the country, all this stuff. Where either this guy is really good at making up stories, or is real.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm gonna say this.
That's a little.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm not gonna mention how I know this.
Oh
but,
shit!
My boy Fat Joe used to live in Inglewood, New Jersey, right?
Okay.
Or nearby.
Yeah, he's your boy. Remember that.
No, that's your boy. That's your people's. So he used to live in the Inglewood area
Yeah.
of New Jersey, and every so often he would be going to a hotel nearby his home. Allegedly, when he got into a fight with his wife,
Oh shit.
but we don't know who was he up there with.
That's true.
It wasn't always alone. So I'm not standing here and saying that somebody I know saw him with something.
That's funny.
No, but I do know
That's funny.
that he definitely used a hotel near his home every time, he allegedly got into a fight with his wife, So,
Hey, do what you want with that information.
yeah, do what you
I
want.
I don't know, man. I think sometimes it's like, yo, I mean, it could work one or both ways. I feel like, yo, Fat Joe, you could probably be too fat to be freaky, or you're just fat enough to be that freaky. It's only one of the both ways, and it makes me sad because there's this image of Fat Joe. There's this like healthy image of Fat Joe, like especially because he has his mentally disabled son and that relationship they have together, and how like the mother abandoned them, but he stuck by no matter what. That's his seed, and that's very commendable. So I just hate to see the contrast of a person being very, very good in one hand, but then like dark shit coming out about them. And it changes your perspective, especially about this weird ass music industry, bro. That shit is weird.
Yo, I think it's another example of rich people thinking they can get away with rich shit. And some of it is that if they want to have them young, they'll do it. And which I just, Joe, to me, I don't understand, dude. What is it? I can't even look at a girl like 19 years old and be like, oh my God, I want to do something with that girl.
Yeah, that's weird.
That to me is like, and then to go even younger than that is like, what the fuck? Because Fat Joe's older than I am.
Yeah.
So if I can't look at anything, at any girl, under mid-20s and be like, oh yes, how are you like 15-year-old girls, dog? What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's some
Again,
creepy
if
shit.
it's allegedly, if it's true, we got to throw that out there. Because,
Yeah, allegedly. Because it's coming from probably like a broke ass hype man who needs money. That's also a factor. Like I'm always on the side of like some people just really go for money grabs and then they try to take advantage of whoever they can.
Well, to be fair, he's not. He's doing a criminal complaint, so he's not trying to get money right now.
Oh, he's just trying to get this motherfucker arrested.
Joe is suing him for defamation. So if anybody's trying to get money out of this, it's Joe.
And damn, and the countersuit for Oh wait, is Joe's suit a countersuit?
No, just a civil,
just
civil lawsuit. He initiated the lawsuit, so he initiated the suit for defamation, and then now this guy's like, oh okay, you think I'm lying? Then I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is, and then he kind of did the criminal complaints and now let's see, man.
Well, everybody's innocent until proven guilty, and for like heinous accusations such as those, bro, you gotta have like real legitimate paper trail for that shit.
Agreed.
And
names,
locations, fucking credit cards, credit card usage, like all that shit has to be traceable, and there has to be really strong evidence, because those are really horrible things to accuse somebody of.
Well, and just to be fair, if anything like this did happen, I'm sure Fat Joe did not get his hands dirty in the money trail.
Yeah.
So the big thing with the money trail, I'm sure the hype man knows who handled the money and how it was handled, because he probably got paid in a similar way
by the handler.
Yeah. So so he must know the companies, because of course these celebrities, these rich people, they have multiple companies under different names that do different things. That's how they're able to hide a lot of the dirty things they do, is because they got shell companies, because they got multi-layer companies things like that,
Offshore
where
accounts.
you don't know where the money is coming from. Of course, they report. They're not. I'm not saying
They
that
wash
doing,
it.
that they're doing tax fraud or no. I'm not saying that
Oh
they
yeah,
launder
yeah.
money.
Never mind.
What I'm saying is that they do it in a way where the recipient of the funds doesn't necessarily know all the layers that the money went through to hide its true beneficial
Yeah.
owner.
You know, it's easy, bro. It's
Yeah.
like I take like if I'm a superstar, I take a girl I want to fuck. She gives me a 1099. I sign it. She's a producer for one of my shows.
True story.
And then bam, that's how I pay you. And then it's traceable to the fact that you work there. And then all of a sudden, like I want to keep you around. You don't even have to show up for this job. You get it's just like what the mob used to do with ghost companies and shit. Like they would have a construction like company and then nothing being built.
And that's the thing. A lot of these, especially like a Fat Joe, he would have dancers because every time he performs anywhere, whether it's a video shoot or an actual live performance, he has dancers and he has makeup artists and so he can say that any one of these people are in any one of these jobs where he can realistically have them there. He can have a 15-year-old as a dancer. Is it right? No,
Absolutely not.
But is he able to do it? He is, and I'm sure he has. So we'll keep you kind of in touch of what is going on, any new information. We'll try to provide it here, but
and I'm definitely never gonna speak from facts.
Correct.
Leo's here for that.
Yeah. He's just gonna give his opinion.
I'm just gonna give my opinion on how I see it.
No, yeah, but we'll as more facts come along, we'll go ahead and provide that information. But
speaking of rappers,
what about it?
Did you hear about Jim Jones and how he didn't like being compared to Nas?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't watch any clips or actually see the video, to be frank. But it just weird because I know that angle. Like if you're like, I've watched this industry for so long. I've been obsessed with like hip hop and music in industry in general, and just the politics behind it and how what you say can work for you even if it's negative. And he was kind of pissed that he was compared to Nas. You feel me? Jim Jones.
Yeah.
Right? He was
I'm puzzled by that.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a great comparison, but I guess the comparison along the lines were like, yo, like you guys are both well into your age and you guys are like, still making great music and shit, and you guys are kind of like each other. And his whole point was, yo, bring my Billboard numbers up and then bring Nas's up. His Billboard entries versus mine. And it's like, I understand why he's saying that, because what you want to create is engagement, is talk with an audience, whether you look in a positive light or a negative light. Any attention is good attention.
Yep.
And I feel like that's where that statement came from. But bro, like, you don't always have to fucking be an adversary to everybody, because the same shit happened with the Clips. Like he tried, they had like a beef or something.
Yeah. Nah, listen. In this case, Jim Jones, I get it. It's clickbait. You want to be
exactly.
You kind of want your name to be out there, and if you're gonna go against a big rapper, of course they're gonna talk about it even more. If you're gonna talk shit about you not being compared to Nas, like that makes sense, because you want people to have your name. Look at that. We're talking about him.
Talking about him, exactly.
And I mean, we're nobodies yet. But we're talking about him, which is what he wants. With that being said, fuck him. We're not gonna talk about him anymore.
I just wanted to say, I feel like he's too old to be fucking clout chasing like that, and especially like when you're being compared to a great rapper such as that, and somebody who's still putting out great bodies of work. Like, I feel like you should have taken a different approach, especially because Nas is so well respected and so loved in this game, that I feel like it was more, that statement or that attitude is counterintuitive to what you actually want.
Correct.
And Jim Jones, brother, you're too old to be acting like that, bro. You're too old to be acting
But
like that, fam.
he's too broke as well.
I don't know his financial status or anything, bro. We're all broke. We're all broke, but
you know,
yeah,
he wants to get his money up, so
yeah,
he's
man.
gonna say he's crazy shit. But yo, listen, I got this topic that I wanted to talk to you about, and we didn't discuss this, so I hope
Tell me.
So I hope you kind of have something for this. But
Yeah, blindside me. Pause.
ooh,
That was crazy.
what?
I don't know why I said it like that.
Damn, just so aggressive too. I don't know what you like, dog. Keep that in the bedroom.
Yeah, my bad.
Nah, man. Listen. So this happened to me earlier, and it kind of made me think. Why is it that some men act different when their girl or their wives are around, and then when they're only with their boys? I feel like if you have multiple personalities, then does your wife or your girlfriend really know who the fuck you are? If you can't make the same type of jokes, if you can't talk the same way, and again, I'm not sitting here that you're gonna be like, you know, there's some stuff that of course is locker room talk, and when you're with a bunch of guys, if you're talking about girls and stuff like that, that's completely different. I can understand why you wouldn't want to talk about those things around your wife. What I'm saying is, like, you know, there's certain people, and I'm not gonna mention any names, but that when they're with their wives and girlfriends, they're like, they keep their jokes to a certain way. They'll talk a certain manner, and then when they kind of like are with the boys, it's just completely different. And it's like, okay, you're two different people. Yo, does your wife really know who you are?
Yeah, I could understand that. Because I don't know. Me personally, I could understand where you're coming from, but I'm so myself. Like with my girl, like I feel like I'm myself. Like I make the same jokes. I feel like, and I feel like you are too.
Yeah.
You're probably worse around Curly. Like you probably get more toxic. Like,
I don't change. I don't. And this is and that. I'm sorry to interrupt, but a lot of people, like, when I'm not with my wife and I say some of the things I say, they'll be like, "Oh, if your wife wasn't there, you wouldn't say." I'm like, hell
I'd
the
double
fuck no.
down if
I'll
my
be
wife
like,
were here.
If she was there, I'll be like, I would say it even more.
Yeah.
So I don't change who I am depending on whether I'm with my wife or not. I am the same individual everywhere, and I think that is something that I'm gonna toot my own horn because it makes me genuine. My personality is who I am, whether you like it or not, hate it, love it, in the middle, it is what it is. You're gonna get that everywhere.
Facts.
And
That is true.
right.
I can vouch for that. Yeah.
And but so, you know, I feel like if you're having different personalities, you gotta ask yourself, does your wife really know, or your girlfriend really know who you are, when there's aspects of you that she doesn't know?
I could see that, but there's also, like, you got to understand, I feel like there's also aspects of them that is like, yo, this is where I can be. Damn, yeah, you're right, because it's like some guys feel like, yo, this is where I could be my true self with my homies. But it's also like, oh, you know what it is? It's not that your wife, I don't think it's that your wife doesn't know who you really are, or if that should be in question. It's your wife knows who you are, but you also know your wife. And you know what is gonna get you a talk at home, what is not gonna get you that boom boom, you know,
Boom boom.
yeah, that you know what's gonna trigger your wife. So you kind of tread lightly around like what you say, because you can't call like you do have this ability, but because Curly is very like okay with it, where I see that, oh yeah, yo, look at that girl's ass. And then Curly would be like nonchalant about it, like neutral about it.
But it's when you're secure in your relationship, when you each other know what it is. I don't think that you can be, if you're that secure with yourself,
Yeah.
and then in your relationship, then you can get away with some of these things.
Yeah.
If there's insecurities and there's things there that you kind of want to There's something on my mic and it's pissing me off. Anyways.
Yeah. No. Talk like that. Because it sounds better when you are like 2 inches away
Oh, pause.
from my mic.
Pause.
Resume.
All right.
I'm
Anyways, I feel like if if you're secure in your relationship, you can pretty much do anything, and it
Yeah.
still be secure. Obviously, there's boundaries and there's stuff that you're not supposed to do, but I am who I am. But you know what? From the beginning, I didn't change who I was. I didn't change my personality around my wife because I wanted her not to get surprised later. I feel like if you're hiding some aspect of your life, and then and it eventually will come out, and then your girlfriend or wife is gonna be like, oh, okay, where the fuck was this?
Yeah, she's
before?
gonna be blindsided.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I have trouble myself, I think, with saying that shit because I know what is gonna get me. Like, and I feel like sometimes you just gotta know, like, you just gotta know your girl.
Yeah.
And if like, you know what triggers her, or like if you're cool like that and you could just make these jokes around her, then yeah, why not? And I feel like it's more about knowing your girl than your girl knowing you. Honestly, that's what I feel like. I feel like it's like in front of my girl, there's certain things I'm not going to joke about. There's certain things I'm not going to say because this girl is emotional and she's not going to take it like a joke. She's going to take it like it stems from somewhere real. Like with my boys, I'm going to like be as free as I can and get the shit off. And especially more because I can't do it around my girl. And then that's just some of the things, like I commend you for that because that shit is like awesome to have that. But also it's awesome to have somebody who like, doesn't play about you like that. It's like, yo, don't be saying that dumb shit. Like, like you should only have eyes for me. And it's true, but like, it's like, I'm a guy. I'm going to like, objectively speaking, I'm going to know when a girl's attractive. I'm going to say that shit with my homies. I'm going to be a fucking guy. And if your girl lets you like just be yourself, and regardless of how she feels, I feel like that's cool. Because, my girl could feel a way about things, but she understands me. She's going to feel a way. She's like, I don't appreciate that, but like, it's who you are.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and that's what it is. But if a girl's always constantly trying to control what you do, or like control what you say, or like have a lot of major clamps on your life, and I feel like, one, as a man, you shouldn't let your girl do that, but also I feel like that's just not the girl for you, because you want to be free in your relationship. You don't want to feel stifled.
Well, yeah, and just I want to add this out there from my, because I want to make sure everybody knows. My wife doesn't agree with everything I say, with everything I do. The one thing I appreciate about my wife is that for the most part, unless I'm getting completely wild, which happens when alcohol is involved,
That's funny.
there's things that I say where she'll come, later on when everybody's gone or the next day, whatever, and
Yeah.
she'll be like, yo, that was a little wild. That was a little out there. Maybe you shouldn't have said that. Maybe you shouldn't have made fun of this person or that or whatever. So there is checks and balances. There's things that she'll say to me and she'll try to keep me in line. So later on, the next time we get together with friends or whatever, I don't maybe cross that line. So she does a good job of taming me back when she has to. But for the most part, she lets me be who I am, and she understands. If I have to change my personality, then how happy am I gonna be?
Yeah.
If I have to not be myself,
Yeah.
then at that point, then I am gonna be upset all the time. I'm gonna be angry and depressed and all these different things because I am not being my true self with my personality. So because of that, she understands that and she lets me be me.
Got you. That's understandable. That's commendable. And yeah. Like, yeah, just fellas, just be yourself, fam. Just be yourself, because you're going to want to be free. You're going to want to have that freedom and ability to be yourself. And I'm glad you have that, bro. I'm glad you have that. Some of us,
Whoa, pause that. But listen, just so you don't put your foot in your mouth. Um, my big advice would be you from the beginning.
Yeah.
Don't try to be who you think that she wants you to be.
Yeah.
Because once that happens, that's when shit goes wrong. But if you are who you say you are from the beginning, if you act exactly your way, you don't change anything, then once you put it out there, it's out there, man. She's gonna love you or hate you, but
That's some great advice.
sometimes I do that.
And sometimes, hey, a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah, for me, I don't know. It's just whatever. It's twice
Nah,
a month.
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
Twice a month, yo.
Yo, we've been talking for this long and we haven't even like touched on sports, bro.
Yo, we've been at this for an hour and a half, dog.
Word. All right.
Damn.
Let's do a little like a quick sports segment.
Of
Ready?
course, yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
Panthers won the Stanley Cup. Let's go.
Our thing is kind of
what the fuck happened to this? Are we even still recording?
Like we're still recording. I see them. I see
What the
levels
fuck happened to this?
I don't know, man. I think.
Can I press play? What happens if I press play?
I don't know. Nothing. It's frozen. I think it froze, but I don't want to mess with it right now because I don't want to mess with the thing.
Me too.
I mean, we can always disconnect it, but then if we disconnect the audio it's going to be disconnected for the few seconds.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Let's not do that. But the Panthers won the Stanley Cup. Let's go. Let's go. It feels good because we're here in
South Florida.
Yeah.
Listen, it was a big win. It was
back to back.
And they've been in the Stanley Cup for 3 years in a row, won the last two. And that last game was just, they took over. It was their game.
I didn't watch.
Oh, yeah, I watched it, and it was embarrassing. I think Montreal didn't know what the hell was going on. They were Edmonton Oilers, sorry. They didn't know where the hell they were because it seems like the goalkeeper was not even playing. He was already planning his vacation somewhere because Panthers were scoring at will, basically.
Yo, honestly, Toronto, y'all keep taking L's, bro. How are we going to see you in the playoffs and you let a team that doesn't have ice in their fucking state beat your fucking ass, bro? Toronto, ever since Kendrick did that shit to Drake, y'all have just been taking L's after L after L. How is your country sport hockey and you can't even be the champion in that shit? And what the fuck is a maple leaf?
It's a leaf that makes maples.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, Toronto, y'all taking L's after L. And like,
yeah, but this wasn't the Maple Leafs though.
No, I know.
Oilers,
I'm saying in the playoffs we went against the Toronto Maple Leafs. I know we went against the Oilers, but right before this series, it was against the Maple Leafs. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. You guys had the chance. Yeah.
No, it was the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Before that.
You were talking about last year.
Bro, no, it wasn't.
Yes, we played Tampa Bay. The series before the Oilers, it was the Tampa Bay Lightnings because this is the second year in a row that we play them and we beat them to get to the finals. Yo, I know what I'm talking about, guy.
Bro, they played May 18th, May 14th, May 16th.
Yeah, but that was after. Remember, they played Tampa Bay after.
Either way, they had a chance to get in our way, and y'all didn't do shit. That's what I'm trying to fucking say. That's what I'm trying to say. Y'all didn't do shit. How are you in a country surrounded by ice, and y'all can't even skate through some fucking Panthers? Y'all are pathetic, bro.
You're getting my dog excited, dog. You get kind of loud there.
I'm sorry.
She was sleeping, and you kind of woke her up. Yo.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's my bitch. That's our
that's our number one bitch there.
That's her.
But dude, I know that we talked about it last week before the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
So you were telling me that you changed your perspective a little bit, or you have some thoughts?
No. I'm enhancing my perspective.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm enhancing my perspective because I feel like I think last time I was like, it gets to set the standard across the globe. Countries get to see. Clubs get to see where they stand against other countries that they normally wouldn't face, especially in such a prestigious tournament. And I'm here to double down on that shit because, bro, this is my brother's take. Shout out to Will. Yo, European football is all marketing. It's just all marketing. That prestigious, that luxurious, that standard of football, bro. Botafogo, a Brazilian soccer team, a Brazilian club soccer team, beat the UEFA Champions League.
Oh,
The UEFA Champions League champions.
damn.
Wow. Ain't that some crazy shit? 1-0. Leo, this is the best club in Europe, and it was beaten by a Brazilian team, which goes to show South American football, and shout out to Brazilian football, but South American football in general is just as entertaining, just as captivating, just as passionate, probably more marketable than the European one. But what happens is we get too fucking rowdy, and the Europeans get to fucking just chant and make some cute little fucking songs about their shit and just have that be their passion, and then say racist shit in a language that you can't speak. And
well, to be fair, I think the big thing with European soccer, and again, I'm a casual soccer fan. I feel like at least the bigger teams have, because they've been around for so long, a lot of the other leagues in South America and not necessarily started. Well, let's say some of them may have been started around the same time, but didn't have the funding as the European clubs did.
Yeah,
where
that's
and
where I
the
was gonna go.
European clubs started to basically be able to cherry pick all these players from all these great countries and bring them in and have these really good teams where for the most part South American teams are left with the sometimes not even the B players, sometimes it's the C and D players.
Z fucking players, bro.
Because the European clubs are picking. I mean, look at your guy Messi. He was 10 years old when he got cherry picked from Argentina all the way to Spain. So these teams are now waiting for these kids to develop to be 14, 13, 14 for them to show what they're worth. They're taking their chances, and there's probably a lot more players that we haven't heard of that that all these teams have taken to potentially be in their professional squad that haven't made it, that the ones that have made it. So it's all about the money. I think that's what's created that aura of excellence in Europe that maybe is not there in South America.
Yeah.
And again, it's because of the money.
And that, my bad.
No, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, because you make a great point, because that's where I was gonna lead into. Like, FIFA is a European organization, so they would have the funding to fund into European clubs for a long time. And what happens is they cherry pick, and you know where they cherry pick from? South America. They picked Maradona. They picked him out. They pick out South American players. Our best. If you look at our best South American players at the time, most of them are in Europe.
Yep.
Ecuadorian players, like I just think of like Pacho, he's in PSG. I think of Hincapié, he's in like I want to say Borussia Dortmund or Bayer Leverkusen, one of those. Like he's in like a lot. They cherry pick our best players and take them to Europe. And when you do that, they've been doing that for quite a long time. And when you do that, you build like a legendary team. And through that legendary team, you gain fans. And through all that funding and fanfare, you get more money because fans are spending their money to go watch your teams. So through all this time, this becomes a big market team. So not only do they have the money now, but they have the history in Europe. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And like this is what has been done. So when you're left with no option but to just curate the H players, the J players that you have, because they took all the other players, you kind of have nothing left. And that's what I feel like we're missing out on a lot of talent in South America, bro, because we're very passionate about that shit. And I had a point, but I'm just running on. But listen, I really love this. I really love this World Cup idea.
One of the things too is even the second division of these European clubs are paying more money than the first division in a lot of South American countries.
Yeah.
So you have, like, that's why we said, you have the A players, B, C, D, and E. All of these players that could potentially make a South American team great, they're going to Europe because their second division is paying more money than some of the first divisions in South America are paying. So they're going to go
Yeah.
where their money is. So
Yeah.
what needs to happen is South American teams need to find a way
Get
to,
that funding.
to get that funding, to keep their local players there. I mean, obviously they're A and B, maybe they're C players, not, because the money in Europe is just way too crazy.
It's unfathomable. Yeah.
Yeah. They're talking about billions at this point,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous. I've never heard of billion for a player. I mean, obviously, yes, of course I have. I'm being facetious, or that might not be the right word, but whatever. I'm just saying, if into South American teams get the funding, you're always going to get the best players to go to Europe, period. And I felt, I did change a little bit of my perspective, because I felt like, the European teams were going to come in and just completely destroy all the other teams. And that hasn't been the case. There's been some draws as well.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, oh, wait a minute. I was expecting this game to go 7-0, and it ended up 0-0 or 1-1, which is crazy. So, good for FIFA. They're getting a good product out there right now. So it looks like they did it again, those motherfuckers.
Yeah, I feel like this was a successful like proof of concept of that FIFA Club World Cup.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like you said, like now we're getting the actual matchups, and now we're seeing where everybody stands globally. And it creates an opportunity for FIFA to invest money in South America now.
Correct.
Like you were saying, that funding is probably most likely going to come from FIFA, because now you got this money making machine called the FIFA Club World Cup, where you're like, okay, I want these guys to improve. So when we bring them together once again, it's even more competitive.
Yep.
And that's gonna be great. And like great for FIFA. This is greater than I thought it was gonna be. This is great for FIFA. This is great for soccer. This is great for soccer, for global soccer. This is great for global football, bro. And I'm actually like really, really happy, bro. And Inter Miami. Yo, shout out to Messi, bro. Shout out to Messi for being the GOAT. I always knew he was, man. Shout out to he scored an amazing free kick, and I called it too. I was like, that's his spot right there. I was watching it with my nephew, and I was watching it with him, and you know who his GOAT is. His GOAT is Ronaldo.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, that's his spot. I was like, he's gonna make that shit. I was like, watch. Boom. He made that. It was beautiful, man. And I'm gonna watch him actually on Monday. I'm gonna watch Inter Miami play.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. So I'm excited about that. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go with Will. We got some nice seats. We're gonna have a fun time, and I'm just there to be a part of history, bro. This shit is history. For the first time, the inaugural tournament being held here, and having a location here in Florida where I'm at is just like. It's just a privilege to have, bro, and I'm so excited to go. I'm so excited to be a part of history, dude.
I hope you have a great time, and I hope Inter wins. And
I hope so,
hopefully
too.
This series, this cup, World Cup, continues to be what it is. But let's move on to basketball, dog. Last time we talked, the series was tied 2-2. No, actually,
OKC was up 3-2.
No.
The series was tied. It was 2-2. Yeah.
2-2.
Yeah, they played,
and then
OKC was up.
OKC won, which made the series 3-2. That series was kind of that game 5 was kind of OKC was winning from the beginning. Halliburton got hurt early in that game. Because of that, he barely had 7 points.
My parlay.
Oh, big time, dog!
I had him over 15 points.
Yeah.
Let's
not even talk about this. I get depressed.
Yeah, me too.
Gamble responsibly. So Halliburton got hurt. He had a leg injury. Coming into game 6, we weren't sure of what Halliburton we were gonna get.
Yeah, he wasn't at 100.
He wasn't at 100, but we didn't know if he was gonna be productive or not. And wow,
Yeah.
although his production wasn't Halliburton like.
No, but his roles, the role he played.
Correct. He was, assisting. He was rebounding.
Stealing,
he was
bro.
Stealing.
Like,
so
he was on one.
So now series is tied 3-3 going into Monday.
They blew OKC out. Pause.
Oh, wait, is it Monday or Sunday? I think it's tomorrow. Actually, I think the game is tomorrow. Of course, we're giving you a little bit
in real time while you're listening. It's yesterday.
Yeah, correct.
It's yesterday. So if you watch that game, hey, shout out to OKC for winning the NBA champions. Or if you're watching, if like trajectory changed, shout out to the Pacers for winning the NBA.
We may have to edit this. We may have to have two
depending
edits.
on what happened. Shout you guys out, y'all really deserved it. Whoever won.
Yeah, OKC Pacers.
Yeah, SGA. You did that shit. Halliburton, you did that shit.
Siakam, you did it.
Yeah, for real.
Chet Holmgren, you did it.
Jalen Williams, y'all did that shit, bro.
Yeah. But listen.
No, y'all did that shit because they gave us like a pretty good series. Good series, yeah,
dude.
It wasn't a superstar series, but it was entertaining.
I said it the first episode. I thought it was gonna be the second episode that I thought it was gonna be super boring. I thought OKC was sweeping, and the fact that this went 7 is going 7.
Yeah.
Is crazy to me, and then the fact that they're blowing each other out. Pause.
Oh, they're 69.
They're 69 each other. Is crazy to me. And we're gonna watch a game tomorrow. Hopefully, I think it's tomorrow, or maybe Monday, whatever the game is. I feel we're gonna watch it, and hopefully we'll talk about it next week. And but that's crazy, dude. We've been at this for almost an hour and 50 minutes.
That's the same amount of time we did it last time, and thank God there's no crazy edits I have to do.
Correct, but though I got one last thing I want to talk about this, and it's just I want you guys' opinion.
Two last things.
Well, okay.
Oh, I got one last thing. All right, go.
So, I was talking to my son, and he wants to get his first tattoo. He doesn't have any.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. How about when you go get your first tattoo, I'll go with, and then you'll get your second tattoo at the same time, and it would be a matching tattoo.
Yeah.
Between father and son.
That's cute.
It is, right?
Yeah, that's adorable.
Jay Tate. That's what I'm going to call you right now. Jay Tate.
What? I'm saying it's adorable.
Toxic ass motherfucker.
I'm saying it's adorable. Get a tat with your son, bro. A matching tat with your son. That's beautiful.
So, I'm just bringing it up because I want you guys to give me ideas, dog. Send me your ideas. What would be a great father-son tattoo?
That's cute.
Stop saying fucking cute, bitch.
Yo, that's cute. I can't say that's cute. That's cute as fuck.
No, that's not cute, bitch. It's manly.
All right, my bad. That's gangster. Yeah.
So, send me some ideas, dog. I mean, come on. It's 2 men. So let's keep it kind of.
Yeah, and you can send it to Bridgin the Gap. You don't have to send it to just him.
Yeah, send it to me.
I'm kidding. Yeah, send it. Official DJ Leo, those tattoos idea. Yo, hit him up.
Hit him up. Send me some pictures. If you can draw. Draw something cool, send it to me. We'll make sure that we'll post it in the next pod, and we'll give you credit. For sure. So that's all I have for this.
I want to double down on something. I want to double down on Kaisa not being scum. I want to double down on that shit because I listened to the episode. I was like, I should have stood up for Kaisa not more. And then I thought of a point. I'm like, bro, there's a lot of money that goes into his production that causes an incentive for the viewer to stay engaged. And not only that, in live streaming, you have chat, and that's his method of communicating with these people. And the people have the opportunity to have something read by him. That genius incentive that the streaming world has created, where like they create that engagement with the chat and that closeness, it allows the viewer to feel like they're a part of the program. And it's even bigger than just doing shit for clicks, because you know how, like, what got to you was the shit that was engagement farming. What got to you was him destroying the room and shit. What doesn't get to you is like how much he puts into just making sketches or making things work or having little like games played or pranks or shit like that. Just each and every 15 minutes something changes, and there's always something that's added that you can tell is part of the production. But if you don't have an eye for these things, it could just be like he's coming with these things off the whim. And there's so much work that goes into what he does, bro. And like, you don't need to like it, but you gotta respect it, because a lot of work goes into that shit, and a lot of people get paid and eat off of that shit. And like, I'm never gonna like shit on a young man who's changing lives, because he's getting so much money that he's able to now hire people and have people work for him and create livelihoods for these people.
Listen, I can respect the hustle. I just don't have to like the hustle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I respect the, that, like you said, he's putting in the work. He's doing what he's supposed to do. I just don't like the content of what he's doing.
Yeah.
But he's working.
Yeah.
He's putting in work.
Facts.
But it's not my cup of tea. I don't understand it. And that's just me.
And people have to respect that too.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Facts. That's it.
Yo,
we did it.
We did.
We potted it.
We potted it.
We potted it the fuck up, bro.
We potted it everywhere, dog. So, any last thoughts? Anything you have to say?
Nah, man. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, man. I appreciate you. Like, me and Leo really appreciate you guys. We appreciate all the feedback, all the likes, all the comments. And stay tuned, because we're going to be doing this more. There's going to be more clips coming up. We have a lot of ammo. I think there's like 5 hours worth of things that I could clip up at this point.
Yeah.
And I just got to get to work. I apologize if I haven't been as consistent as I'd like to be. Life is really lifing right now, but that ain't no fucking excuse. Like I told you motherfuckers earlier.
Man up.
Man the fuck up. And that's what I'm going to do. And that's how I talk to myself, and that's how I'm going to talk to you guys, because you guys need somebody to talk to like that if you don't already talk to yourself.
Yo, I'm fucking hungry, though.
I'm fucking hungry, too. What are we going to do for food?
We'll figure
Let's order something.
All right. Yeah. We can do that. Listen, followed us, Bridgin the Gap Official.
Yeah.
Click on the link tree. Go to YouTube. Subscribe. Please share. Comment. We've gotten a few comments on YouTube. I love them. I love the comments.
Yes,
Keep them coming, because we take them serious. We appreciate it, and we're gonna try to fix anything that you guys think we need to fix, or we're gonna try to edit the things that we need to edit ourselves in.
Leo will.
Well, yeah.
I don't give a fuck about what you guys think. Honestly, I'm
Duh.
like, no, wait. No,
his opinions are his opinions only. They do not represent Bridgin the Gap Official.
Yeah.
They do not represent me. They're completely J Tate's.
J Tate is funny. J Tate is funny as fuck, bro.
That's your new stage name,
No,
J Tate.
Nah, dead ass. Yeah, no, we really appreciate you guys, and I do appreciate the feedback. I just don't give a fuck about what you guys like. I do give a fuck, but at the same time, I don't give a fuck about what you guys like, because I'm gonna keep entertaining you, motherfuckers. Even if you hate it, you're gonna be entertained.
Whoa, okay.
I can guarantee it. I stand by it. That's the product. Is Blue Magic. I stand by it. I guarantee it, my man.
Listen. You know you know who this was. This is DJ Leo, officially Leo on Instagram.
Get Rich Never Die on Instagram. Bridgin the Gap Official
on Instagram.
BRIDGINDAGAP Official.
OFFICIAL.
Yes, exactly how it fits. Just Google it.
Just
Google it. You can see like everything else is spelled like a little janky, but official
is straight.
It's straight.
But yeah, or go follow or go to my page, and then you can, go right there from the thing. I have a link tree as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add Bridgin the Gap on my link tree. So if you go to official DJ Leo, you can actually click on my link tree and you'll be able to see it.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna add the link tree too. That's a good idea.
There you go. See, that's all I have. But this was Bridgin the Gap, yo. We appreciate you guys. Much love.
Peace.